Welcome to Talking Climate with Katherine Hayhoe. Each episode, we explore how climate change is affecting the people, places, and things we love, and what we can do to make a difference. From science to solutions and stories that inspire, you're in the right place for real talk about real change. This week, we're talking about how climate change affects our skin. From sustainable cosmetics and refillable packaging to greenwashed ingredients and pollution-induced eczema, this was not exactly the hot girl summer we were asking for. Let's dive in. Good news. Cosmetics as an industry is expected to generate more than $670 million in revenue worldwide this year. And the good news is that consumers are increasingly expecting greener and safer products. Mintel's 2025 Global Beauty and Personal Care Trends Report says sustainability in beauty is no longer optional. It's a baseline expectation. Consumers are demanding products that not only deliver on performance, but also prioritize environmental responsibility. As companies recognize consumer expectations are shifting, they're taking steps to address it. L'Oreal, for instance, has committed to becoming carbon neutral by the end of this year and sourcing 100% of its plastics from recycled sources by the end of the decade. Unilever has invested $1.2 billion towards cutting the carbon emissions of its beauty and personal care division to zero by 2039. Firms are increasingly offering refillable packaging, which reduces waste while also encouraging customers to rebuy the same product. For a deep dive into the waste generated by the industry, see Mara White's excellent newsletter, Climate Drift. There's also a whole crop of new green beauty companies dedicated to sourcing green, sustainable ingredients for their products that are better for people and the planet. One example is Say, which is partnering with Repurpose to collect some 5 million pounds of plastic from the coastlines of India, Indonesia, Cameroon, and Colombia over the next 3 years, and also plans to become carbon net zero by 2039. Some governments are also doing their part. The EU, for instance, with its European Green Deal, will require beauty companies to adopt sustainable packaging, drop their carbon emissions, and stop using some harmful chemicals in their products. And what will make others follow suit? You know what? When citizens use their voices to advocate for change. Not so good news. Climate change can impact your skin's health in a myriad of ways. Extreme heat, pollution, high humidity, and increased pollen levels can all contribute to a range of skin and health issues, including acne, premature signs of aging, and chronic skin conditions like rashes, hives, eczema, and psoriasis. One study found that climate change and pollution exacerbate atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema. A warmer world also leads to a longer pollen season, which can drive up flares of eczema for some people. Another recent study found that chronic exposure to extreme heat actually accelerates biological aging at the level of our DNA, similar to what smoking does to the body. Longer term, these cellular changes can lead to or worsen chronic health conditions such as kidney and cardiovascular disease. The lead author of the study, Eun-Young Choi from the University of Southern California's Leonard Davis School of Gerontology, says with longer-term heat exposure, we see a consistent association between heat and cellular age. Heat and heat waves also pose a risk to beauty products themselves. They can melt in warehouses or during shipping, so the product may be past its prime or even unusable when it reaches you or the store. For a deep dive into the climate ills of the beauty industry, check out the excellent Heated newsletter featuring an interview by Emily Aiken with beauty industry reporter Jessica DeFino, linked in the show notes. What you can do. Rating systems like Good On You compare and rank different products based on their climate and environmental impacts. Specific retailers, including Sephora, also have their own clean beauty labels. Clean Hub has some good tips for spotting greenwashing, including scrutinizing ingredient lists, looking for certifications, and looking for vague language on labels. Oftentimes, beauty products come in packaging that is tricky to recycle using conventional curbside methods. But once you're finished with your products, a number of stores offer to collect empty containers. Some just take back the product, like MAC. Others add on. Lush gives you a free face mask, for example, and Burt's Bees supplies a free shipping label. Other companies will take any container, even if you didn't buy it from that store. This includes The Body Shop's Return, Recycle, Repeat program and Sephora's packed bins. Why not give some of these options a try and share what you learn? Whether it's talking to friends, posting on social media, or writing to your favorite brands to ask them to consider their impact, your voice can help amplify solutions and encourage others to follow your lead. Most people want to make a difference. Sometimes they just need a nudge or a new idea. By making thoughtful choices and speaking up about what matters, we can help turn individual actions into collective impact. Thanks for listening to Talking Climate, narrated by Ann Cloud. For more resources, links, and actions you can take, check out the full newsletter at www.talkingclimate.ca. Remember to use what you learned today to start a conversation this week. Until next time, keep the conversation going, because Talking Climate is where change begins.